back again with another video, and this one is titled, Is the Narcissist the Matrix? So I was thinking about Narcissist, and I was thinking about that movie The Matrix, which is a really influential movie of its day, and it has kind of formed different subcultures around it. And one of the philosophies behind it that I think is really a strong system is that the narcissists that we have in our society, these people that we have in our society, they are actually the matrix. But a lot of people didn't actually realize that until I think recently. People have, like, once the movie was made, people have kind of conceptualized that this concept of the matrix is real, and like, it's not just like biology and stuff. We are living in like a simulated system, right? It's like a matrix. So the way the narcissist basically perpetuates the matrix is because of their wickedness, because of their sin, and because there is so many of them. So these people are basically like a network. Like, they operate like a network, and they don't fight against each other. They only fight against like good people, right? They don't fight against empaths. So that's how they are basically the matrix, because they operate as a network and they fight against the good people, and they stop them in their tracks. Meanwhile, these people are trying to accomplish like a life goal, or like they're on an assignment, which that's a philosophy in empathic we are on an assignment. Like, God gave us like an assignment to go and do in our life. But the narcissist basically tries to stop that in their tracks. They don't want you to actually do anything with your life. They don't want you to accomplish any goal that you have. And basically, that's how they are the matrix. They are because the matrix is like a puzzle, right? It's like a maze. It's like Batman maze, or one of those jigsaw puzzles or something, right? So that's how when you end up having to like because of like some bad thing that you went through, for example, you might lose your job, or you might be abused by your wife or your husband, by your spouse. You might be like abused at your workplace. You might go through what they call a narcissistic abusive cycle, and that basically causes you to become financially unstable. You might become homeless, and you're basically sent back to like a place where you already developed from. Like, for example, you might have already built up yourself financially, but you were brought back to a place where you already built from before, where you didn't have any, which it's probably a place that you've been before. You've been sent back there again by the narcissist. So that's how they're basically the matrix. But a lot of people don't understand the concepts behind it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I actually had to redo this video. For some reason, my audio wasn't working. So, for example, like, for me, when I was going through my narcissistic abusive cycle experience, I ended up in like bad situation, and it was a place that I'd been before, and I basically was able to build myself back. So I think that's how the narcissist is the matrix. It's because there is a lot of these people. Like, these people are everywhere. Like, these people could be your spouse, they could be your boss, they could be your manager, they could be your friend, they could be your neighbor, they could be anybody, and the thing is that the reason why they became the matrix, I think, is because sin and pride. So I don't think the Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. So basically, these people have always been like this, but I guess the sheer numbers of them has caused the matrix to be like more developed or something like that. So it's like they became so multiplied that they were able to create like a kind of like a network. Like like a spider web kind of thing, and that's how they are able to basically create the matrix. So it's really hard for people to move up in life. Like for example, if you want to accomplish like a life goal, for example, you want to become professionally registered, you want to become like a doctor, you want to become like a lawyer, you want to become whatever. But like for example, those are just like professions. But for example, you want to do something more, like for example, in the book of Nehemiah wanted to rebuild a temple, but this other guy was trying to stop him, Sanballat or something, was trying to stop him from rebuilding the temple. He was trying to like literally stop him. So Nehemiah had a job, right? So it's not your job. He used his job to be able to actually talk to the king and was able to get everything to start building the temple. So that's why people are trying to like, for example, you might be trying to use that as a stepping stone to move further to help do the assignment that God gave you. So that's how the narcissist knows that you're on an assignment. So they're going to try to stop you in your tracks before you're able to actually accomplish it. Because they're basically like Satan's agents on Earth. So they don't want you to accomplish anything, and the reason why is because they want to control everything. In the book of Chronicles and Kings, it talks about Jezebel. Jezebel was a controlling woman, and she controlled Ahab. She uses time to seal to sign documents without his. She didn't ask him. Like she just took the seal and everything and just stamped everything and sent it out, and had this other guy killed and stole his land because she basically is possessed, and the Bible talks about it in such a way that it's like it literally was demonic possession. In the Old Testament, they didn't really mention stuff like demonic possession. They did mention it, but in that story, they didn't really say she was being possessed. But the way it talks about it, she was just like, she just ran through the process without having think about what she was doing. They didn't stop her or anything because she was being possessed. So that's how narcissists control everything, and I think that's a major part of how they're able to create the matrix, because they want to control everything, and the only way for them to do that, they have to have like a network. You have to be wide. It can't just be like just one person or like disconnected. So that's how they are able to do it. They created a network, and it's all subconscious. It's like a web, like the web that we have, the internet. They have like their own internet. So when they meet each other, they just start interacting, and they're actually talking to each other. They don't try to manipulate each other. They only do it for jokes or for giggles. They don't really like try to do it because they know that they're all working for the same person. So they target empaths, and they create the matrix to stop you from accomplishing your assignment that God gave you, because they don't want you to do anything. They want to control. They want to dominate. They don't believe in free will, because so God gave man free will, but
in a world of webs and whispers, I was chasing my light, trying to build a future, trying to get my life right. Then came the pressure.
Narcissist doesn't believe in free will because they work for the devil, so they don't have free will. So that's why they always try to control you. They want to like tell you what to do. Like they might tell you, could you go over there? Could you come over here? Could you lift up your foot? Could you do this? Could you do that? They want to control every aspect of your life because they don't have free will. They're literally possessed. Like these people are literally puppets, like puppets on a string. They're not even there. Like literally, psychologists say they're not even there. Nobody's at home. It's literally like when they talk to you and stuff, it's literally a demon talking to you. But it's really sad, and they're basically the Matrix. Like you watch that movie, The Matrix, and we always thought this was a really interesting movie. And nobody, like at the time, realized what the movie was really trying to tell them. That the narcissist is the Matrix. They're the ones that stop you from accomplishing your goal by putting you through what they call the narcissistic abusive cycle, which usually destroys your confidence, destroys your drive to accomplish your dreams and stuff, like your assignment that God gave you. For example, you might have like a dream to do this so you can accomplish that, or like, because the thing is, your assignment is like something that you might not even realize initially. For example, when you read about David, right, he wanted to build a temple, and Solomon ended up building the temple. So I think David had a plan, like he had the drawings or whatever. So I think it's in the same way. You realize that even like you never heard David say that, oh yeah, I want to rebuild a temple, and that was always his drive from when he was like running from Saul and beating Goliath and stuff in battle, right? You never really had that dream until almost the end of the story, I think, of his story. But I think that's all. I think that's our assignment, right? He had to become the king, and then eventually he was able to be inspired to like build a temple and stuff. And I think it's in the same way that a narcissist doesn't want you to actually accomplish any goals, so that you can't get to do an assignment, which you might need this office to do. You might need this thing to do. So that's why they stop you in your tracks. They, like, for example, you might go to a job, and it might be a career job, right? You want to move up in whatever career you're in, but you end up being in a toxic workplace with a narcissist that launches a smear campaign on you. They do all of these other stuff that they talk about in the narcissistic abusive cycle. And that causes you to become destabilized. You might lose your job, you might become homeless, you might not be able to pay your rent, you might lose your car, stuff like that. So basically, that's how they are, the matrix, and it happens to a lot of people. It's not just one or two. They might get you pregnant, for example, if you're a woman, they might get you pregnant and then cause you to not be able to accomplish any goals, and not be able to find a real good man to be with, because they got you pregnant and now nobody wants to talk to you because they're jealous that you have a child already or something. And these narcissists, they literally cause all of the problems that people have. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, these people are totally crazy, and they're basically the matrix that they made the movie about. And as I said, the reason why they became like that was because of sin. The Bible says, since they did not seem to want to remember God, He gave them up to the praise mind, so that they do what not to be done. And basically, what they are not to be done was basically being evil and like oppressing another human being, like you're some god or whatever. That's basically what the narcissist has done. And that's how they created the matrix. They have like a lot of pride also. The reason why they ended up like that, as I said, is because they don't believe in God. They believe in their own pride, their own power. They believe in groups of people. For example, when you read about Satan, it tells you in the New Testament that Jesus went out into the wilderness to be tempted of Satan, right? And they were telling him that he should turn stone into bread and stuff. These people are literally people that was tempting, literally saying that stuff to Jesus. They were laughing at him and stuff. Like, literally, what you have to understand is, groups of people is what the narcissist likes. They like to be interacting with groups of people. They don't want to. They don't believe in like an higher power. Like, okay, I'm gonna go and just talk to them and just kind of just talk about like interact with God by myself and in seclusion and stuff. They don't believe in that stuff. There's always other groups of people that they want to interact with. They don't want to get approval from other people. They don't want to believe in that there's a God or stuff like that. And if they don't believe, if the group of people don't agree with me, I still have God, right? Narcissist doesn't believe in that. They only believe in the group of people. That's how they're also the matrix, because they don't believe in God, which is singular. They believe in groups of people, like a matrix of people. They believe in a network of people, because they really seem to not even believe in the afterlife. So they want you to feel bad that drawn down the street thinks that you're crazy or something like that because they told them that you're crazy. So they think that that's going to hurt you in this life. Meanwhile, we have to think about God and like helping people and stuff to live good so that we can live in heaven and stuff. Like Narcissist doesn't believe in that because they, as I said, they don't believe in God. They don't believe in heaven. Like that. They only believe in just abusing other people. And, like, it's kind of like I think it's how Satan, the angel manipulated other angels into following him or something. It's really weird, but they always want to have other people think about you a certain way. Like that means anything, right? These people are just human beings. Like, why would I care about what they think, you know? And that's similar to how Jezebel tricked the group of men into killing Nabal, the Jezebel, to steal his land and stuff. So that's how the narcissist operates. They operate in group of people, which is like, as I said, it's kind of like a matrix. So I just wanted to make this video. I don't want it to be too long. I want you guys to kind of like give me your opinion on what you think about this video. Do you think the narcissist is a matrix? Or do you think I missed something? Just add a comment. Let's talk about it. See you next time.
The matrix cannot hold